Let's do 40 minutes of it.
We're back, baby.
Hello, hello. I feel like I
Yeah, I
haven't
know
done
we
this
haven't
in ages.
had a 5 minute previous call again. Um, I I wanted to start this off, mate, by asking you what happened yesterday with you breaking down.
Oh, this is actually quite a funny story, actually. Um, so I've gone to test drive this car,
Mm.
and do you know what? The whole time I've been dealing with these people for like 4 or 5 days, I haven't had a good gut feeling. But I was like, it's a car, can't really go much wrong, to be honest. Um,
I
so
promise you,
anyway,
you can,
drive
mate.
to, huh?
I said, I promise you, you can, mate.
Yeah, literally. Um, so I drove to um Southampton on a 2 hour 2 hour drive to Southampton. I get there, I'm like, oh, I'm here to test drive this car. They're like, all right, cool. Here's the keys. You've got 30 minutes. So we were like, cool. Um, the woman was like, do you know the area? We was like, not really. Can you just point us around? She was like, right, come out of the garage, turn left. Half a mile up the road is a roundabout. Go all the way around the roundabout and then drive. The road's about 2 miles long, so roundabout 2 miles all the way up to another roundabout.
Mm.
And then what happens is you can turn around and come back to the garage. So we turn out, we're like, sweet. Turn out, really, really like the car. It's driving nice. And I noticed when I got in it said reserve fuel level. And I was thinking they always do this because just in case you buy the car, they never want to give you petrol in it.
What car
So I was
was
like,
it?
oh, that's just typical. Like, it'll be fine. Uh,
Or can you not say?
I'll tell you once the recording's not on.
Oh, okay, okay. All
I'm a
right.
private man with stuff like that,
No
innit?
worries.
um, but it's a car of caliber that shouldn't be fucking breaking down. Let's just say
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So I drive up to this first roundabout. I turn around. I'm like, oh, this is actually banging. Like, it didn't feel so smooth, but that's obviously when cars don't have a lot of fuel in them,
yeah.
they
Mm.
never run
You were
efficiently
like making all
anyway.
these excuses. Yeah,
Um,
like, nah, it's fine, mate. It's the standard. That wouldn't do me
yeah,
like
it's fine. Yeah, um, mate. I get 10 minutes into this drive and I'm like, and we're about to go up a hill on an A road. I'm like, my foot is like halfway down. I've got Leanne next to me, and I'm like, it's not fucking going anywhere. And I'm like, this is really weird. So I take my foot off, I put it back down, and I put my foot down to the floor, and I was like, it's just not responding, is it? Like nothing's happening. I was
oh
like,
fuck.
shit, what is going on? Luckily, the only lay-by on this road was on the side that we were driving on, and it was right next to me. So all in all, the car ran out of fuel, as in like it didn't have a drop of fuel left in it.
But you
To
broke
the
down
point
in the most ideal area for it.
I broke down on an A road in the middle of Southampton. Get back to the dealership. Sorry, not even that. I called them. All
I was
right,
about
cool.
to
We're
say,
going to
how
send
did you
someone
get
out to
back?
you.
Walk.
We're going to call someone. We're going to bring someone out to you immediately. Cool. This guy comes driving past me. I'm like, right. I'm sure he was meant to stop here. So I was like, oh, he might be going to get fuel. So he drives around. 5 minutes later, he drives back past me. And I'm like, well, that's just not meant to happen, is it? He drives back to the dealership. Little does he know, my dad's at the dealership waiting for me to get back from my test drive.
Mm.
The fucking bastard forgot jerry cans. So he's drove back to the dealership. I'm waiting, like, right, so he's actually going to get fuel this time. 10 minutes later, he arrives. Hello, sir. I'm like, oh, hi, how are you? Like, oh. Put some petrol in the car. Sweet. Half an hour later, me and Leanne have been waiting on the side of this road. Everyone's looking at us like, haha, look at you in this car, and you can't even fucking put fuel in it. Rah, rah, rah. Little do they know it's a test drive. You know, like when you see someone in like a Bentley and they're broken down, you're like, that's quite
Yeah,
unfortunate,
it's
isn't it?
like when you can drive for the first time, you see people in the bus and you're like,
Yeah, you wanker. um, so I'm standing there, I look like a dick. Um, drive up the road. 20 seconds later, ping, engine light goes off. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, better to worse. We then get caught in traffic. I then take the wrong exit at the roundabout, and we've got to join the traffic again. I get back to the dealership, and I'm like, right, well, that was one big fat fucking shit show, but it can't get much worse. In comes my dad. My dad opens the doors. It's weird. The right door doesn't quite fit all right. Like it's almost like hanging out. We're like weird because they said that they said no problems, no crashes. This car had been involved in a peak car crash.
What? And they were like, nah, let's put it under the rug,
Zippy.
mate.
Bro. So we're like, right, let's look inside the door.
Yeah.
So you know when you open your car door, you've obviously got like the little step bit almost, and then you've got the little plastic bit that clips on.
Yeah.
This car must have been so fucked structurally, the plastic bit wasn't clipped on properly, and it went round like this. So there's obviously some peak damage on the inside of the door, and then there was masking tape all around the door from where they painted it, so it didn't go onto the leather and all of this. The boot of the car that I was driving, the badge flips in half because there's a reverse camera in there.
Yeah.
When the badge flips in half, the badge moves basically. So when you press the top of the badge, the thing twists and you can lift the boot up.
Yeah.
That thing was like super glued down. Would only move if you put the car in reverse, which is not meant to happen. So then we were just finding all these things, and we was like, mate, this is a big fat red flag. So I just went into the woman. I was like, listen, I'm really sorry. I absolutely love the car, but that damage could literally shaft me 3 years time. I'm not interested. It was mental, mate. Mental. So that was the chronicles of the test drive.
Did she say as soon as you like pointed out all these things that she was like, oh yeah, the car has been in an accident? Did she like come out and say it?
She was like, oh, like I didn't know any of this. Let me go and get my manager. And then I was waiting 5 minutes. I went into the flipping thing, and the manager was on the phone. She didn't even want to come and let me know that, bro. She's sitting there with her legs crossed, sitting on Instagram. I was like, what's going on? Like, she's like,
service.
Oh. She was like, oh, sorry, like, he's just on the phone. I was like, sorry, can I just have my keys to my car? I'm just gonna leave this. Like, I don't really want to listen to your manager talk absolute shit to me for 10 minutes. I was like, I don't want the car. I don't want it. So yeah, the search continues, but it was mental. I was like, fuck. I was like, I've wasted Leanne's time. I've wasted my dad's time. I was like, shit.
It's what it is, though.
So,
for his experience.
It would have been worse if I picked the car up, brought it home, and then my dad would have been like, yeah, you are fucked.
Yeah. It would have been like, you're a fucking idiot, mate. Yeah, get a fucking refund.
So enough of me. How are you, mate? How's everything going? How's the diet? How's the training? Business.
Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Am I gonna sneeze? No, I'm not.
Bless you. What? Bless you.
I feel like I've got hay fever, but I haven't got hay fever. Yeah, mate, everything's good. Heart's going well. I'm now, last week, I think we were averaging like 77.1. So I'm 8 kilos down exactly. No, 8.4 kilos down. So literally, 8.5 kilos down. Feeling good. I'm in the kind of like phase at the moment where like, even though my food's still very high, because like obviously trainings, I'm like clinging on to, well, I'm not clinging on, I'm still getting training numbers. The only thing that's really been affected is like push, but obviously like it's to be expected as, you know, body fat levels come down, have less internal stability, all that kind of stuff. All other numbers are still progressing. But yeah, I've got to that point now where I'm not feeling, it's hard to describe, because like I'm not feeling flat, but like at the same time, pumps are definitely not the same. Like,
no,
when you've got like, you've had a lot of food and you going through it to a session and you have like skin split pumps and you're like, oh, this is going on. Now it's like, I'll be lucky if I see my bicep vein. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know.
So like, I know it's all part of the process, and it's just like, it's one of those phases where it's like, it's a bit of a mindfuck game because if you haven't done it before, you kind of like start questioning if you've made any progress because obviously your glycogen stores aren't full. You're not looking the biggest. You're looking like a little bit kind of like skinny fat almost because you're not fat, but you have a little bit of fat over you, and because you're not full from carbs, you just look like a little bit kind of podgy in a way. But I definitely have noticed like differences in like my condition. My midsection especially is getting a lot tighter. I did tweak my oblique the other day, which is a bit fucking annoying. I did it when I was doing like a rope crunch, came up and then I just crunched down and it like felt like a pinging sensation. And then it's got a lot better today. But like I didn't train abs yesterday due to it.
How many times do you train abs?
I do it every rest day, so I'm on a 2 week rotation. So week one's like push arms, legs, pull arms off, push posterior off, and then week two's like legs off, upper off, push arms, pull off. So three off days. 3 days I'm training abs on 1 week, and then the other one's like 2 times a week. I've never actually trained abs.
No,
I used to when I was like really obsessed with like being skinny. Like when I was fat, like I just remember doing like 10-minute ab workouts and just like doing those for hours, getting like abs and not like realizing the importance of it. It was very but yeah, aside from that, mate.
I've got it 3 times in my plan. I've got it 3 times in my plan. I've had DOMs for like 10 days in a row because as soon as they start to get better, you just do it again. It's peak. My abs are hurting, bruv.
What do you do for abs?
Rope crunch, reverse bench crunch. So like the decline bench.
Yeah.
Lay on that the other way. So like you're hanging up there and then just fucking flex the shit out your spine and then go straight up. That one ruins me. Hanging leg raise, hanging knee raise, Pallof press for like that deep.
Bro's doing a workout day.
Yeah, no, I do little bits. Like I do like 2 on the end of a session. And then my oblique work is cable wood chops.
Fair play.
Yeah.
I don't do any direct work for my obliques, but I'll just get them covered in like rope crunches and stuff.
Yeah. 100%, mate.
How's diet going with you?
It's not bad. I'm definitely looking better. My weight is just hovering. Like I'm getting low, I'm going back up. I'm getting low, I'm coming back up. So but my look is improving. I'm definitely getting leaner, getting more vascular. Adherence hasn't been as good past couple of weeks, but like when I say that, as in like when I first started, I was not skipping a single beat. Where there's been a couple of days,
like business and stuff.
It's just like business has been like ridiculously busy. It just took a massive. I was busy as it is, thankfully, and then the past 2-3 weeks there's just been fucking stupid, and with like family events and stuff as well. So I'm juggling it the best I can. We're going aggressive. I've got 10 week. Oh, there's the hay fever and the core DOMs. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god, it hurts so much. I've got 10 weeks till I go to my friend's wedding, so we're looking to pull 6 to 8 kilos off in that time, and then I reckon in 6 to 8 kilos time, I reckon my condition will change drastically. Will I be done? Maybe not, but I'll go and enjoy my holiday, do whatever I want then, and then probably a new potential challenge coming up. I think.
Starting time.
Yeah, I think I might be going back into the hybrid space for a short amount of time.
Are you able to just discuss it on the podcast or no?
Yeah, no, I can. I just won't be able to go into detail because I'm not sure if it's going to happen yet, but I'm pretty sure. I'm looking at doing a high rocks whether by myself or with Leanne, probably both.
Yeah.
Obviously, for me, I've got no goals to compete or anything like that within the bodybuilding world. So I'm, as we said from the start, I'm very much a little bit of a an all rounder in
Mm.
terms of like my goals and what I coach people with. But I'm kind of not getting bored, but feel like I could be doing more.
Yeah. I
If that
think
makes sense.
no, I don't even think it might be that, mate. I think like for me, and I think for anyone who's got like any kind of drive to do something, you need a goal to work towards. And don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
you have your fat loss goal, but after that, once that's kind of done, you're kind of where you want to be, you know?
because what I also I'm if I'm completely honest, I am a person I like being lean all year round.
mm,
Um, I'm not too fussed about having a off season, a bulk. Not right now, anyway. To be
mm.
honest, I like feeling good and looking good all year round.
Well,
And there's
it'll
been
be nice for you as well, because like for you to have like a tight midsection, like when was the last time you experienced that?
4 years ago.
Yeah, like it's wild. Like
I
I
want to,
gone.
I want to, I want to be able to maintain that. I don't want to just do 6 months deficit, get lean, and then bulk up again. Like I'm not. No, I don't want to do this. Like, and I think I've been training hard for a couple of years now. So I think when I get lean,
Mm.
I'm praying that I've got quite a nice physique. Like,
Well, mate, it's not gonna look like oh shit.
fuck you know.
Jesus.
Um, like I think I'm gonna have a decent chest, hopefully some nice delts, and a good midsection and back. So I kind of just want to maintain that. And I think for me as well, I've always been in or what you so and so called an athlete per se because of football.
Hybrid athlete.
Like, do you know what I'm saying? Because of football, I've always been in a competitive space where you get classed as an athlete no matter what level you're playing at.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that lies more in my roots. But then for me, I just need to sit down and have a proper look at right, how can I program this where I can do metcons, I can do bodybuilding training, I can do running, I can do this, and just merge it all into a program if that makes sense.
Mm.
But I'm just gonna get this diet wrapped up first, and then I'll think about that when it comes to it.
No, it makes total sense, mate. Like what I was gonna say earlier was just like you need a goal to work towards, and I think like
Yeah,
anyone will work their hardest when they have like a clear like path of what they want to do.
mm.
It's funny, I was gonna post like a Instagram reel today about like road mapping and the importance of like road mapping towards
Yeah,
like your physique goals and everything. But like I rewatched it earlier and I was just like, I'm not happy with this, so I wasn't gonna put it out. Um, but like while I was going over that, like something that just like really stuck out to me is like so many people fail whatever phase they're in due to them not having a plan, not knowing what they actually want, and then do
yeah,
half-assing it. Like not only does creating a timeline like create a sense of urgency, it gives you a clear vision of what you want to do, and it gives you something to work towards. Like without that, you see like the majority of people either running out of time. Like think about like when you were younger, like, and I know so many people who still do this. Like it gets to summer, you're like 2 months away from your holiday, and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna starve myself and go to the gym every single day. Go on holiday. Don't get me wrong, yeah, you do
yeah,
look a little bit better, but then you go on holiday, you binge eat because you've been eating like salad leaves for the last 2 months, and then you come back feeling
yeah.
like oh shit, and then you just keep
Shit.
repeating that process, like because people either leave it to the last moment, or you just don't have something you genuinely want to work towards,
Yeah,
and I just think that's so vital for anyone at any point of their journey. Like if you don't have something you're genuinely passionate to work
yeah.
towards, there's no point like faking it.
No, it's going to be ultimately it's going to be the thing that gets you out of bed in the morning as well. Like,
Mm,
for if we're going to talk about like bodybuilders, like if you've got a show in 2 months and 7 days,
mm,
every morning you wake up, there's some meaning behind everything you're doing.
mm,
Why am I hitting my calories today? Oh, because I need to look good on stage. Whereas sometimes if you've got an open end goal, if someone is on a lifestyle and they're going out for a meal, it's like, okay, cool, you can probably go over your calories that day. Like you can do your best to not, but
mm.
if you go over your calories, it's not as harsh as if you were on a bodybuilding prep because there's two different end goals here. So, but regardless of that, it is always good to have an end date. Like with my lifestyle clients now as well. Obviously, I don't coach any bodybuilders, but we will always find a roadmap of like, right, by this date, ideally we want to be 20 pounds down.
Mm.
We want to be doing this. We want to be, do you know what I'm saying? Just because with everything you do to do it best, there needs to be a purpose behind it. Why, if I haven't got a goal, what's the point of me getting 10,000 steps today?
Yeah.
Other than for
And you
health
just
and
prolong it.
if
You
I
just push it off.
you prolong it. It's day by day by day. You go over your calories today, you go over your calories tomorrow, you skip your session today, you skip your session tomorrow. Whereas actually, if you're going to give yourself a timeline and you're like, shit, I need to be ready by this date,
Mm,
you're going to do it. I need to be confident in me and I need to look good in myself for when I go to Cyprus.
mm,
Otherwise, I'm not going to be confident in my swimming trunks. I'm not going to be confident topless by the pool. Like, do you know what I mean? And then that ultimately that stuff that makes your holiday less good because you're constantly worrying about it.
mm,
Whereas if I know I'm happy with how I look, I'm going to feel a lot better around the pool, and I'm going to feel more confident in myself. Do you know what I mean?
mm.
So just by me having that holiday day, I know today, okay, cool. No matter what I want to eat today, no matter how much I probably want to have this, have that, I need to put that to the side because I've got something that I need to work towards. So that's like it's quite a key take home for people. If you're obviously if you've got right, let's what we're working towards, what's this, rah. If you don't have a coach and you are listening to this, then ultimately you need to be in a position where you're holding yourself accountable to some dates and
Mm.
give yourself a little bit of purpose and reasoning for why you're doing everything you're doing, and it's going to make things 15 times easier to stick to.
Mm. I think the biggest like thing I've learned from creating timelines is just creating a sense of urgency. Just like
Yeah,
there's even if you're a client, but if that person like everyone's been in a situation where they're like, oh, my mate's going out drinking this week. You're no matter what phase you're in, no matter how motivated you are towards your goal, there is always going to be like bumps in the road. There's always going to be, opportunities for you to, go away from the plan and all this kind of stuff. But let's say, for example, you're an individual, for a fact that you're going away in 12 weeks, and then you've got like 3 family events coming up, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
I'm not going to go off my plan here because I'm going away on holiday in 3 months. When you're aware of that, it makes it so much easier for you to think
mm,
like, oh, I need to stick to this. Because if you're constantly reminded on a weekly basis,
yeah,
oh, we're X weeks out of from your holiday, from this event, from doing this, you're going to be like, oh, right, okay, so I need to do this week to be able to get me there. Even if you don't have a coach, like Cam said, just do it in a diary. Figure out when you
yeah,
want to go away, how much weight you want to lose, and just go from there. Because
yeah.
it's so much easier once you know and you can visually see it. You're setting out a plan and you're executing from that plan rather than just letting the day happen for you.
And if you don't have a plan, you're literally pissing in the wind. It's up. It literally is the exact. Go into the gym and just wing it. They don't know what they're doing. Like they'll hit chest today, and then tomorrow they'll go in there. They don't know their left arm from their right. So, oh, we'll just do chest again. Or it
Yeah,
like
it's mad.
if you don't have something to follow and you don't have something to stick to, you are literally pissing in the wind. And it's like okay, cool. If that's how you want to live your life, then go for it. But if you actually want to make some progress and you want to be able to commit yourself to something, which so many people struggle with, you need something to go towards.
You've just reminded me of something, and I want to talk about it because I've seen like 5 posts within like the last week about it, and it's actually like genuinely doing my night in.
Go on.
I keep seeing posts which are just like, just turn up, just turn up. That's
Yeah.
what you need to do, just turn up. And like, while it's a good message, I feel like a lot of people are going to read that, and like, I just I remember like being that individual who was just like, oh, I just need to, go to the gym today and do this. But like, if you're not putting effort into what you're doing, you are not going to merit a good
A
outcome
reward.
out of
Yeah.
that. And that isn't me being like oh, I'm a bodybuilder. Everyone has to train to failure. But what I'm trying to say is like, if you're not putting effort into what you're doing, you can't be pissed off in 6 months' time when you know, say for example, any other situation, right? Say it's a work project. You've got a deadline in 6 months. If you just turned up to your job, didn't do your job, but you just turned up to your job, in 6 months, nothing's going to get done. If you think about your physique in the same way, right? You've got a deadline, you want to look a certain way, right? In 6 months, I need to stick to this diet. If you execute on that, you're going to look the way you want to look. But like, like I'm gonna do a post on this as well. Like I see it all the time, like where people they'll be in a set and they'll be like on their phones, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing in the
Yeah.
gym, bro? Like, what are you doing? Like, there's people like, fair enough. Like everyone's not gonna train like to failure. I'm not saying that, but like if you honestly
Yeah.
think you're sitting on a leg press and you're playing like fucking Angry Birds at the same time,
Yeah.
and
It's mad.
you think that's gonna warrant progress, like it's like trying to speak to like 3 people at once. Like you can't concentrate properly, you can't do what you actually want to do. Nothing's gonna work.
Mad. And the people who like finish a set are like, listen, we're like you say, we're not trying to be all rah, rah.
Mm,
I see so many people, the moment that they finish a set, within 2 seconds, they grab their phone.
yeah.
Like within 2 seconds, like they put the weight down, they just go sit on it. And it's like, come on, like let's actually get some effort rocking here.
Mm,
Have your recovery, think about your set, what was good about it, what was bad about it. Like, don't just like use that time for yourself. If you jump on it to logbook, fine. But how many people finish a set and just go straight to Instagram and just pointlessly scroll?
mm,
Don't give that time. Don't give your valuable time to somebody else. Kind of give that to yourself.
mm,
Think about how was that set? Did you do it all right? Did it feel all right? Did you feel it where you meant to feel it? Like, yeah, it's mad. And I think to summarize what you were saying, it's like, what's the quote? It's like, don't be upset. Um, don't be don't be upset with the results you have with the work you didn't do, or something like that. Like,
yeah.
you can't expect outcome C if A and B haven't been put together correctly. Like, if you've just done A but you haven't done B,
Mm.
it like it's like saying, "Oh, I want to be 10 kilos lighter in 6 months."
What do you mean running out of time? I bought Zoom Pro, Brev. What? Okay, maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't buy it.
30 minutes on the dot. To be fair,
Fucking penis, man.
um,
What the hell? Right, I'll have it next
maybe
time.
the subscription starts next month.
I thought I bought. Yeah, maybe it starts from next month. I thought I bought it, but I guess not. Unfair,
How
mate.
long does it say we got?
9 minutes, which isn't too bad because
9 minutes.
I was probably gonna leave at that time anyway because I still got to train and stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Um, so it's like saying I want to be 10 kilos lighter in 6 months' time, but you followed a great training plan, but you haven't even done nothing with your nutrition. So how do you expect if training's A and nutrition is B, you can't expect C unless A plus B has happened.
Mm,
So you can kind of take that situation and apply it to everything in life. If you want a pay rise, you want to get a promotion at work. If you just laxy daisy your way through it for 6 months, that pay rise doesn't come, that promotion doesn't happen. So if you want something nothing changes if nothing changes. And I've said that before, but sometimes it always comes back to that.
Mm.
Sometimes that's all I need to hear with myself. It's like, right, I want to have 30 online clients by December, but I'm posting once a week on social media and I'm not getting any results. It doesn't fucking happen. It
Mm.
doesn't.
Mm.
30 online clients by December will happen if I show up on social media and I get results. I bet that makes it a lot easier. So you have to give yourself that undeniable proof that fuck yeah, I do deserve this because I've worked my ass off for this
Mm.
and I stuck to it. Listen, sometimes you can be bang average and consistent and you'll get exactly where you want to be
Mm.
because 90% of other people can't do it day in, day out. And that's the truth of it.
But fuck being average, mate. No one wants to be average.
Yeah,
Average
true.
is dead.
True.
I
But
want to be
yeah,
uncommon amongst uncommon people, as
yeah.
David Goggins says. You know, I'm gonna carry the boats. Me.
Who's good? You don't know me,
Carry the
son.
boats and the logs. That's all me all day. They don't know me, son. That's me every single day. Pushing
They
my
don't
12
know
kg
me,
dumbbells. Uh,
It's funny, yeah. So don't expect outcomes for work that you didn't actually do. I
mm.
really appreciate you fucking trimming the fence right next to my car on the podcast, you bastard. One cut.
Oh, does he not know it's the podcast? What the hell?
The biggest podcast in the bloody world.
Honestly, mate, fucking
But
to know.
um, oh, I had a question as well.
Oh god, we're just not well with it. It's all right. We'll be back in routine next week.
Yeah,
We'll get
this is like a very much catch up.
yeah,
So
no.
nice catch up
I was gonna say
because
because
I feel like I haven't done this in ages.
we haven't spoke for like two and a half, 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think it must be about 2.5 weeks.
Mm.
Um, how was the episode with Josh? I haven't got around to listen to it yet.
It was good, mate. It was good.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just talked about like how his prep's going, all that kind of stuff. Where he's currently at, his plans to go enhance in the future. It was nice to have a catch up with him there, but we chat shit, and just had a general catch up. But apart from that, all good. Yeah.
666. Still going well with Max.
Yes, going very well with Max. I was actually saying I messaged him the other day because like this is the best. Like actually, I'm going to talk about this openly because like this is something that a lot of people will find value in. This is the best I felt mentally, I think, in recent memory.
Did I tell you something really funny? Just sorry to interrupt. That was
God,
the question I was going to ask.
oh, okay.
I was gonna say, how are you doing? But
Yeah,
carry on.
this is the best mentally I've felt in a long time, and like I know I've talked quite a lot openly about my mental health on social media, but like sometimes it gets to the point where I'm like I don't want to keep like throwing it in people's faces and being like because I don't want it to sound like I'm whining, but like mate, I can't even remember when it was. I think it was last year. I want to say it was last year around this time. Last year around this time, bro. Like I was like literally semi-suicidal. I like fucking hated every single aspect of my life and I was just down in the dumps and I can't even fathom feeling like that right now. It's insane. And I'm genuinely at a point where I'm so happy that I kind of forgot like how happy I could be within myself.
Yeah.
And I've just like it's just small things like showing up every single day no matter what. Like I feel like a level of maturity has like come over me and it's like recognizing these daily things as things that trigger me, things that like are causing me to go down a really bad path or stuff that is gonna make me feel worse about my day. Like I'm kind of maturing in that sense. So like I've been the most consistent I've ever been with putting out content. Like
I was literally about to say this to you. You've been showing up, man. It's good to see. I was going to actually talk to you about it today.
My coaching is going well. Like I'm just like happy within myself and like I'm always like someone who wants to improve and I'm always someone who's like, fuck, like I need to do this. Like I'm not happy with where my online coaching is at the moment and that's completely fine. But like I know for a fact that I'm showing up every day to try better that and improve that. And that's all I can do. And like knowing that I'm doing that is making me like extremely happy. And like
Good.
it's really nice to feel. Because like for anyone who's been in that situation where you just feel like shit, like sometimes you get so down in the dumps that you even forget you can feel like this.
Yeah.
And like this aligning with like me, it's hard because like around summer I always feel better, and I definitely notice like within the winter like I get seasonal depression like fuck, like it's
Yeah.
mad. Like as soon as the nights like the days start getting darker,
Yeah.
but like small things, like I'm making effort to see friends I haven't seen. Like I'm meeting up with a guy from like Max's team this weekend. Like small things where
Sick.
I wouldn't normally do. I'm just doing like I'm pushing myself out of like my comfort zone. Like I was even talking to someone today. Like they popped up to my Instagram and they said like, oh, these voiceovers, these reels you do are like really good. How do you like conduct yourself so well on camera? And I was like, mate, I fucking hate doing this. Like
Yeah.
I hate more than anything sitting in front of this shitty little tripod and being like, oh, blah, 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 like trying to construct something, because I watch it back and it makes me cringe and I hate it so
Yeah.
much. And he was saying how like, oh, I want to do it, but like I don't want people to like judge me and like say all this kind of stuff. And I said to him, I was like, mate, whatever you do in life, at any point, whatever career you're going down, you're always going to have people chat shit about you to you behind your back. You might as well do whatever the fuck you want to do, because regardless of if you chase after it or if you don't chase after it, people are still going to chat shit. So
Yeah. Whether it's me
you might as well get people chat shit while you're going towards your goals. You know what I mean?
for a good reason, isn't it?
Yeah,
No, it's really good to see. I'm happy for you, son. I'm
I
really,
appre-
really happy for you.
I
Good.
really
You put in the work in, and you will 100% reap the rewards of that. You already are mentally, but obviously, like you say, with your business,
mm.
and made that 100%, 100% come around. So
Oh,
it's really good to see. But I wanted to let you know that as well because I've seen it and I've clocked onto it, which is
I
really good.
appreciate that. It means a lot.
I presume that's about to drop out.
Yeah, it's got a
No, you're
minute,
doing
so
really well.
I'm gonna call it. But yeah,
Cool.
appreciate it, guys. Send us bloody
Yeah, get
questions,
some
but we've
bloody
got the question
questions.
box up. Fucking do it! Do it! Ah!